Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. And please help me welcome my wonderfully amazing and beautiful co-host, Val of Dragonfly Crystals. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome to Messages for Lightworkers, episode 150. 150. I know.
Amazing.
I know.
That's a big number.
It is a big number. And it's, I had hoped that I would have something profoundly amazing to talk about on the
Oh,
100.
you do, but you do it away. I mean, this is profoundly amazing because it's funny. My topic is about the voice, is about expressing yourself, the throat chakra, basically. But your information really ties to it in a certain way because you had to. I'll let you tell the story. It really does, everyone. It's quite interesting. It's quite interesting.
Yeah. Absolutely. So welcome everyone. I see that there's some of you that are here that are not saying hello. That's all right. If you like to just sit back and listen, that's perfectly acceptable. I will just ask you to please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to both our channels because it means a lot when you do that. So Val's info is down in the description of the video, and mine, well, you're on my channel, so you should have. Yes. So yeah, welcome. There's Viviani, Anita K, Rebecca, welcome the Fifth Dimension, Anna Greenwich. Thank you, guys, for being here. So, yes, what Val and I were just talking about backstage. Like I said, I had wanted to have something big to talk about. Well, this. Oh, Anita K says I got good news yesterday. Perfect.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and thank you, Anna. Thank you. So this started yesterday. I was looking forward yesterday to getting my nails done because the my nail tech is just it. She's fabulous, and she works out of her home. Well, it was the end of September, beginning of October, that she tripped and she broke her elbow. So she's been like this in a cast for a good long time.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So clearly she can't go to work. She's in a cast. She's not going to be able to do my nails. So, got to be patient, got to wait and whatnot. Well, we had scheduled a couple appointments the last time that I was there. So we'd scheduled an appointment for the 29th yesterday. So I'm waiting, and every day that goes by, my nails just get worse and worse, and they're no longer nails. They're starting to resemble claws, right? So anyway, we're in the middle of our Sisters of the Mystical Tarot show when I get a text from her saying, "Hey," and this is at 5:45, saying, "Hey, your appointment was for 5:30. Are you on your way?" And I thought, no. So I quickly wrote back and I said, I thought it was 6:30. I'm in the middle of a show. So, all right. Well, after everything is said and done, and we're texting back and forth, and there was a part of me that got a little, I don't know, maybe a little uppity. Just
Yeah.
a little.
I know that feeling in the midst of all of that.
Yes. And so, I said, I would never schedule an appointment at 5:30 because I'm in the middle of a show. I thought it was 6:30, and our appointments generally are anywhere between 6:30 and 7.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought this little voice inside my head said, you better go back and check.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back and I checked, And sure enough, she had sent me a text last Thursday on the 23rd saying, "Hey, I'm slowly getting back into things. Um, are you okay to go on Wednesday at 5:30?" I get so excited for the fact that we've got an appointment on the 29th. That's pretty much all I read. I respond back, "Yes, absolutely. See you there. Can't wait." Ooh, ooh, ooh. I confirmed. So it was one of those things where I anticipated something to be there that wasn't there. And um, I kind of made, I think, an assumption based on that was wrong. So I had to send another text saying, "Uh-oh, you did say 5:30, and I did confirm. So it's my fault." Okay. Well, she can't take me now because I've missed the appointment. The, she can't book me in now until November 19th. I I can't I cannot wait that long. Like my nails are being held
It's
together.
an emergency
It's an
surgery.
emergency. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For me, it's an emergency. So today I had to run around and do things. And there was a lot of things that I had to get done. And I really felt like everything was out of my control. It was, I knew what I had to do. Um, it wasn't that far from me, but everything seemed like it was just overly involved.
Mhm.
And I had to remind myself to just calm down, calm down, one thing at a time. Just, and like I said to Val, yeah, inch by inch, anything's a cinch. And that phrase goes back to, I think, the 1970s. And I heard a televangelist use that phrase.
It works. I love the rhyme, and it
Yeah.
really does help. Yeah. Yeah.
So I had to keep reminding myself that I just had to handle one thing at a time. And even if little things came up, like, yeah, I discovered that my car registration expired last year in October of last year. So it, like, oh my goodness, I had to get the registration done, and that's how I found out was I was in the what you would call the DMV, getting that done. As it turned out, there was a nail place right next to the registration place that I walked in, and they said, "Do you have an appointment?" And I said, "No. Can you fit me in?" And they said, "Okay." So ultimately, everything worked out, and
Yeah.
I got to where I needed to be, and all that frenzy and the feeling of loss of control, like, oh, everything just seemed so overwhelming when I put it down into bite-sized pieces, one foot in front of the other. Just do this now. Just do this now. And it did all work out the way that it should have.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a couple really important lessons for me over the last couple days. Yeah.
And the brain seems to, we do this all the time. It isn't just you, Marina. When we're reading something, we expect to see a certain date, or we
Yes.
expect an appointment to be made at the same time we always make it. We just glance
Yes.
over, and our brain makes up the assumption
Yes.
that it's at the same time as
Yeah.
usual.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And it's funny you said, you feeling that little bit of uppity. Yeah, because you think, oh well, they've just made a mistake, and you know and I don't know how uppity is probably the wrong kind of.
Yeah, I think so. But just
that feeling that, it wasn't you.
yeah,
Whatever that is.
yes, yeah, and believe me, it did not take me long to send that text going,
Yes.
oh,
Because you know what? At the end of the day, you've inconvenienced someone and taken their time up.
yes,
Them inconveniencing. I mean, we all have this happen. And certainly I've had enough of my situations where I have misunderstood or gotten something wrong. And then I'm like on my high horse or whatever.
yes,
But
yes.
hopefully politely on my high horse. But then I get
But,
off
yeah.
my horse and say sorry.
Exactly. Exactly. And just hello, Jules Niner. Suzanne is here. And who else joined us? Rebecca said hi to Rebecca. Now, look at this. This is a really, really good comment. Tu maravillosa historia.
Mm-hmm.
Says, so I will share what has been working for me in stopping and saying, thank universe, thank God for this moment, just as it is.
Yes.
Taking a deep breath, and it has been amazing how it shifts my energy.
It does.
Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Just that for the breaths and stopping and
yes,
saying the gratitude because and feeling the gratitude is immensely powerful to shift yourself out of any fear or anxiety based feelings in the moment. Yeah. And how are you creating your next now moment? By that very design. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And who did I think I missed somebody Robert Cornell. Hello, Robert. Janet Jackson. Hello. Who else do I have here that has joined us? Debbie Batchelor. Yes. Yes. Thank you guys for being here with us. So yeah, that was a big lesson, in just remembering to be in the moment, and especially when there are so many around us that there's stuff is coming up.
It is, folks. Let me just tell you, I have had my stuff coming up this past week, and it's continuing till I apparently am. I've been having a conversation with my guides and angels, saying, "Okay, I get it."
Yes.
So apparently, we'll see if this settles down. But I really am listening, and we'll see. You don't want to ignore anything that keeps coming up. That's a repeating pattern to have you look at something so that you can move through it and embrace the other side of that. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. And I find it kind of fascinating. What can they show me next that, what way I need to look at this?
Yes, absolutely. You know what? I enjoy being in that higher dimension, and every once in a while, I need to come back down here to connect with how things are down here.
Yes, and I mean the things that are down here are like going to the DMV and getting your registration renewed. Or when you make that nail appointment or whatever appointment you're making, really identifying you're getting the appointment date, because it's so easy for us when we're in that higher dimensional state. We're kind of, we get down to the details here and we can just gloss right over them. We aren't really sitting there looking at the words anymore.
Yes. Yes, it's just
yeah, just like that. We don't get down and really, okay, this says this, and then take it in. No. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And hello, Charlie C. Sage and Susan Rotella. And Anita K got some good news. Yeah, her looks like her husband is going to be able to come home. So
Oh, good.
that yeah, he's down in Mexico. So yes,
Very good.
yeah,
Yeah.
ab- absolutely, absolutely. And you know the I know that the the amount of worry that we allow ourselves to feel isn't always good for us, since we can't worrying isn't going to change the outcome.
No.
No one has ever worried a situation into something better.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't worry it into something better.
Yeah.
It just keeps you in a state of anxiety,
Yes.
and yeah, it's an uncomfortable feeling for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that is yeah, that is good. And what I did was, this is the first time that I have brought out the Neptune moon. Yeah, this is of course Trish James. I'm going to name this the Trish James channel. Yeah. So I felt like today was the day to bring out those cards and pull a couple cards from there. And I was very surprised, because the first card that came out was different dimension.
I love that.
It's beautiful. I wish that it would come out on camera the way that it is.
It's
And
really gorgeous.
the word underneath it is not here.
Yeah.
So we are more and more we are going between those two dimensions,
Yeah.
right? Where we go up to the fifth or the sixth or wherever it is that you happen to go on your journey. And every once in a while we do have to come down here and handle the the
Mundane.
the mon yes, the mundane thing. and and then the next card is cosmic law.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's
And that's
gorgeous.
beautiful, beautiful card. Yeah, she's holding the scales of justice and whatnot. And the message on the bottom of this card is balance, fairness, and justice. So
That's great.
everything is going to be balanced, is going to be fair. Justice will appear to everyone as um, in whatever fashion it works for you.
Mhm.
So we were also saying before the show that we realized that there's a good number of people that are going to be going through some anxiety, through some worry, some things that may be out of their control.
Mhm.
And it's kind of a, there is cosmic law. To me means something has to happen, and that um,
Yeah.
whenever there's an imbalance, cosmic law will always balance it out. So there, yeah, some people are, they may not get their SNAP benefits in over the next couple days.
Exactly.
They may not have their health care and so on, but ultimately there's a lesson there.
There
And
is, and that's really important to point out that things that are out of your control, um, still holding that belief in the um, ability to move through this, that
yes,
this too is going to pass, And
Yes.
it will all be in divine timing, but you will be okay. You will come through to the end of this, but holding yourself in that magnificent light
Yes.
and being grateful for the universe having your back. You are standing there really held in the hands of the
Yeah.
universe, of divine source, and you're moving in that energy. And don't to not forget that, because it
Yes.
makes your journey a lot sweeter. And
Yeah.
then the synchronicities and things can flow to you while this is going on. This isn't a situation that is going to go forever. It has an expiration date.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes, it
yeah.
does. And Susan Rotella, thank you so much. You are turning out to be a fabulous supporter of the channel. And you know what? I cannot express how grateful I am. So again, may that be returned to you a thousandfold.
As it will,
Yeah,
as it shall be. It is done.
it is done. Yeah. Thank you, Susan. So
Um,
your message for today
yeah,
was
I mean,
interesting.
it's interesting, and in some way it goes with what we're talking about, because the throat chakra is about expression, and that is the subject of this activation. And what we're talking about today, the first thing that came up from the guides, um, and when you're in a situation like we're talking about where it's out of your control, for instance, or you've got 10 million things like Marina had lined up for the day, and you don't know how you're going to fit them all in, and you try and make it into bite-sized steps. What is the most important? What's the second most important? Then just be in the moment with each task as you go forward with it, and all of a sudden the space opens up for it to all get fulfilled and all happen without you having to have anxiety over, well, that is almost a form of expression. And what is the throat chakra? It is about your expression in the world, about your power and how you move through the world in a way in which you are heard. So in Marina's example, it's about being seen and being in the right place at the right time and moving through that energy. But it's also about speaking up in each situation. Do you have an open? Can you fit me in?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all those, it's those words, the
Yeah.
interface that make the opening for you to go to the next thing and have the DMV lady say, oh, just go to your car, then come right back and get
Yeah.
right back in line. And all,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
all of these.
And saying, I'm sorry.
Yes,
Remembering that, yeah, to say I'm sorry, genuinely, I'm so
genuinely,
sorry. Yeah.
genuinely, because this is really important, and it's really you in your integrity with your energy. By you've booked a time and you didn't come, but your brain glossed over that time and thought it was and this can happen when you're in the higher frequencies and you drop down into the 3D or the mundane.
Yes.
You gloss over those details because you're halfway still in the higher frequencies, and it really happens. So we're talking throat chakra in this instance in so many ways. This is about the universe asking us to really expand our throat chakra out and stand in that light of who we are. You deserve to be seen. See that rainbow? Look at that rainbow. That is about being seen and letting yourself be known. Letting yourself be known by the people that are doing nails, the people that are at the DMV, anything in your day. Letting yourself, not shielding your energy from anything, but letting everybody see it. not in a egoic way, but in
Yes.
a, I am, here to express, I am expressing and connecting with you now. And it's really, they're asking you also in this to fall into the realm of imagination. And why did they say that? Because when we're in expression, don't go strictly from the logical mind and speak from your heart, that gateway to the divine source, that gateway to everything, because that imagination is like you channeling what you need to say in that day, in that moment. It just comes through, and the connection is made between you and that other person in all the situations, and letting it come forth. And that is about putting yourself, or giving yourself rather, permission to feel it. So whatever is flowing, you're going to let this channel through you and flow through you. And you're going to feel that by taking those breaths and owning that moment. You're going to let it just flow through you, and you're going to feel the power of that connection in all those different moments that you're experiencing. And because there's so many good cards, though.
I know.
Pull yourself close. So this is really about every part of your being is deserving of love. So you're walking down this amazing corridor filled with beautiful wisteria, it looks like, vines. And every part of you is deserving of love. So moving through your day, knowing that you're shining your light, you're not hiding yourself.
Yes.
And what did we get? Don't dim to fit in.
Yeah.
This is about you. When your throat chakra is in alignment with all of that in your self-expression, and your solar plexus, that divine will moving out into the world, then you are a mirror for others, that reflection of the divine. You're actually doing something for everyone else by being in that. And remember, you're already doing it. There are many times when you're in this energy and don't even realize you've synced up to everything. It's really, I think what we're talking about is being in the flow.
Yes.
And that's about the quickest way to say it all.
Yep.
But make sure that you are connecting from your heart, not just your mind, heart and mind coherence, so that what comes out of your mouth is that flow of divine information and energy. Because what is somebody going to get from being in front of you? All that light, the light codes, because we are birthing a new age. And this is really you dreaming a new world into being. And who starts that? You do. Every day you get up and you move through the world, you are starting that in that day, in that moment. And when Marina, for instance, decided, you know what, I'm going to take this step by step, she just brought her energy all back into her energy center. So she moved powerfully in the now moment through each task. And everyone reacted like they saw her. They saw her and they responded. And that's how you get that, by being present in that moment.
By being present, yes.
So very important, the main thing, you have to do a throat chakra exercise where you imagine blue light expanding, breathing it into your throat chakra and expanding your throat chakra out into the multiverse.
Yeah.
And then do a little pulling in the white light down through your crown, through your third eye, your throat chakra, heart, higher heart, higher heart, and solar plexus, and all the way down. But what you're doing is you're connecting your solar plexus with your heart, with your throat, and the higher centers. So this is your divine will going out into the world. And And I'm
Don't
sure
forget that the throat chakra is not, it's not only how we communicate with others, it's how we communicate with ourselves. The
yes,
things that we tell ourselves, the way
yeah,
that we speak to ourselves, right?
absolutely. Yes, absolutely. This is a powerful center, this throat chakra. It is um, bringing you peace and balance by being able to speak from the throat chakra in that place of divine power that you are, this divine source being.
Yes.
Speaking in that moment from your throat chakra, fully anchored into you now and opened up. It is so powerful that you will experience some miracles and synchronicities. Things will just happen. And like Marina, you'll walk in and suddenly they can take you for an appointment. I mean,
Yeah.
that is not a very frequently done thing. Because
No, especially when the first thing they ask is, "Do you have an appointment?"
exactly,
No,
no.
but yeah,
And so
yeah,
I think that's a beautiful example of all of this today. And that it's funny how they brought it all down to something. Now we're talking about more detail because they've been in the big box, big questions,
yes,
the big things for a long time. So it's good to see it, how they brought it all back to talking about how do you
yeah,
stand? What does it look like to stand in that divine power of who you are? Well, it's speaking in every moment what you need to say, but you're saying it from your heart in connection to divine source as it's coming through you, not up here, because people react very differently when you're talking from your mind or you're talking from your heart. It is just, yeah, it's true.
totally. And Innocent Potato, this is absolutely profound and so, so true. She said, I had an acquaintance who was dying from breast cancer. She told me she wanted this said at her funeral. When we are born, our fists are tightly held, but when we die, we let go. Let go and let God.
Do it before you cross. Do it now.
Yes.
Do it now
Yeah.
because that will make your life so much more enhanced and living in that beautiful energy. When that I had that card that said feel it,
Yes.
feel it. When you take those 3 deep breaths and when you stop to feel that heart connection with divine sources that's coming through you and you're speaking it out, that is a powerful thing.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. And that, yeah, that I, Innocent Potato, you're coming up with some great things right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
She says, yeah, I imagine myself in the center of a hurricane.
Mhm.
Yeah, the center of a hurricane.
Yeah.
And it's true. And it's funny that you say that because earlier in the week, I can't remember what show I was on, that I had said that, yeah, I do feel like I'm in the center of a hurricane, that whatever is happening around me, it's happening around me. I don't have to run into it. I can just be where the calm is. Be where
Yeah.
the calm is.
Yeah.
And yeah, yesterday and today were, I think, lessons to show me what what that what that feels like. What, rather than oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? I, it I would talk the talk. The last
Yeah.
couple of days were walk the walk, right?
Exactly.
To,
Exactly. And that's what we get these
yes,
these moments or days where we're experiencing that to there are opportunities for us to step into our mastery of that and say, yeah, I got it. Look, I'm doing it.
Yes.
And those things cycle around for us to test ourselves that we actually are going to walk the walk, for sure.
Yeah, totally. Totally. And you know what? We all know that we are going to come out of this. Um,
Mhm.
for I think for those of us that are part of this community, we know what's waiting on the other side, and it's good. For those that are um, too deeply rooted in the 3D world, who cannot see past the monetary, the selfish, the whatever it might be, um, there we can hold the light for them, and we hope that they see it. But if they don't, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we tend to, um, as empaths and whatnot, we want everyone to be happy. And it's hard to imagine that there are some people that are not going to ascend, that are not going to get there. And we do feel responsible for them, but there's not a whole lot that we can do, right? Because it's everyone's individual journey. So they may
Yeah.
not get there this lifetime, next lifetime.
And I think that goes hand in hand with realizing everybody comes in with their own timing and their own
Yes.
divine plan path. And we can, as humans, have empathy for them and, look at, wow, wouldn't they feel so much better if they had a bigger perspective? But it's not for us to, we can't really.
No.
Some of the rules of this whole thing are, unless somebody asks you,
Yes.
you don't go and, throw your spiel on them. It's not, they haven't asked, they haven't opened up to anything, and
Yes.
it isn't that kind of thing. It's a self-discovery. And so they have to go searching. Then they start to hear things that start to enlighten them.
Yes.
And then they resonate with it and they go search for more. That's kind of the journey. And so, yeah, when you see people, you can have empathy for them, but realize, yeah, they're on their own timing and their own journey. So, your
Yes.
biggest help is to let them have their journey and not
Yes.
get in their way by criticizing or by, pointing
Yeah.
anything out, because they're doing the best they can in the moment.
Yes. Yeah.
With what they've got, with the information at hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Susan, yeah, you're right. I find it hard to be calm over what is being done to people. I understand we are going to come out, but I'm still angry when people can't eat and are being beaten. Absolutely. That's the empath in all of us, that we don't want them to go through that. We want to be able to save them from having to go through that. And I know one of the things that sometimes helps me deal with it is I'm on my journey, they are on theirs. Maybe their journey may not seem fair to me, but I'm not the judge. It's
That's
not
right.
it's not my journey.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe if we were able to step in, we are depriving them of that lesson.
Exactly. And
And
you don't
what
want to.
if they don't learn that lesson now, it means that they have to come back and repeat
Yeah.
it again.
You definitely don't want to disable people.
No.
And I always use this story. If you have adult children and they got into a financial situation and you bail them out,
Yes.
and then and maybe in 2 years later they get in another financial situation and you bail them out, you have taken their lesson away about financial responsibility, and you have disabled them and created a situation where they're not learning a lesson that they dearly need to learn, and that's standing on their own 2 feet and being responsible for their own financial situation, because they keep recreating it. So that's a close to home kind of situation where you can look at it and see, sometimes people have to go through their lessons till they learn, and sometimes it doesn't feel comfortable.
Yes.
But it has to be, you have to let them have it. That's the biggest love you can give them.
Yes. Unfortunately, yeah, it sounds counterintuitive. It really does. But yes, it's like, as parents, we make certain decisions for our kids, right?
Yeah.
If I see my child approaching the stove and there's something hot and they start to reach up,
Mhm.
I am going to immediately remove them from that situation.
Yes.
Okay. If, on the other hand, they're doing something that that isn't going to physically harm them, and don't
Mhm.
run too fast, you're going to fall down. Don't run too fast. Watch where you're going. Watch where you're going. It's not going to kill them if they're going this way and they walk into a tree.
Yeah.
There are those things where we just, okay, all right.
In childhood, we have to train the young ones how you move through life. But when the young ones are adults, you've done your job.
Yes.
So I'm just using somebody close to home so that you can look at that as an example.
Yes.
But we could be talking about a friend who keeps losing their job, and they keep having a financial crisis where they might lose their home or all these things. But meanwhile, they're going to Starbucks and buying $5 Starbucks drinks 2 or 3 times a day. They're going out to eat constantly, or they're bringing takeout food home, and they're not making food at home.
Yep.
All these economizing situations. They're paying for their games on their phones, their et cetera, things that they think they need, but they could just scale back, and be responsible for their own expenditures. These are situations where, when you disable someone from experiencing what they've created, the result of what they've created, you've just taken their lesson away. And they just, then it'll happen again
And again.
and again till they get to experience the feeling of, oh, I lost my house. Well, why did you lose it? Because you were paying, because you bought $10,000 worth of clothes at Neiman Marcus, and you couldn't pay your credit card bill off, and then you couldn't pay your mortgage, and you had all these credit cards up to the hilt because you were eating out constantly, et cetera, et cetera. You get the picture.
Yes.
It's just, you could use this metaphor for any, it isn't a metaphor, but it is an example. You could use it for anything in life. And it isn't for us to save someone in that situation. Would we save someone drowning in the ocean? If we could swim, we would. That's different. Yes. We're talking about people who are in situations where it's not going to harm them. They're still alive, but it was just, they went overboard on certain things, and now they have to understand why moderation is key in everything.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Why you have to take responsibility. Maybe not live on a credit card. Maybe live with cash. If that would help.
Consequences to our actions.
Thank you. Consequences. Couldn't think of that. So consequences, yes.
Yes. And we know that, what is happening in the U.S. right now, especially what is meant to happen on Saturday, November 1st.
Yeah.
when a lot of people are going to lose their SNAP benefits. They're going to lose their ability to feed themselves and feed their families. That sucks.
That
It's
is a different situation too. And if
yeah,
you did know of a family who didn't have benefits and they didn't have a food bank near them where they could go get groceries, hopefully you will bag up things you know are in the back of your pantry you haven't eaten in a year. Get them out, get those canned goods out, bag them up and take them. Take them either to a local food bank or take them to the family that we're talking about.
yes,
So
yeah,
help out in all of those ways for sure.
exactly. And there are, the reason that a lot of people find themselves in this situation is because a majority of people decided that their wants and needs superseded anyone else's. And they made certain decisions. Now they are feeling the effects of those decisions. It sucks that there's innocent people who had nothing to do with it are
Mhm.
being kind of swept up. But the lesson for the larger group, for the larger community is yes, your actions have consequences. Maybe the decisions that you make today may not have an immediate effect on you tomorrow or the next day,
Mhm.
but will there be an effect down the future? And then if you know that this is what's going to happen, are you still prepared to make the same decision? So, there are some people that unfortunately it's they made decisions. These are the consequences of those decisions. Um, what are the rest of us saying? Okay, you'll have an opportunity again. Next time, make a better choice.
Yeah.
Make a better choice. But if we, for those people who insist on giving in to the vitriol, um, to the division between us and them, and so on and so forth, it's unfortunate. But yeah, they need to feel that pain. They need to feel like, oh my gosh, ooh, I don't like this feeling.
Mhm.
Okay, well then it opens up a discussion. If you don't like that feeling, why would you want your neighbor to go through that?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
yeah, these are big lessons that we're coming across, and yeah,
Absolutely. And I think this is one of those times when we're coming into that understanding of what's happening has real consequences.
yes,
And the heat of those consequences. Um,
mhm,
and it won't be comfortable to a lot of people's um, consciences
yes, yes,
that for this their actions created the situation. And
mhm,
yeah, when you live as a community, as a group, as a united group,
mhm,
live as a united group.
yes. We listen to everybody, and we do what is best for everybody, not what is best for me and to hell with the rest of you, because
Exactly.
yeah, I'm the only one that matters.
It's that constituents that you're working for, all of us,
Yes.
and we have the say. We have the power to vote people in and out. We have the say, but somehow that got turned around.
Yes, it did, very very much so. People were hoodwinked, and this isn't something that happened overnight.
No.
Okay, it's not like, one day a certain group of people acted this way, and the next day they acted completely different. No, it's like the frog in hot water, right?
It
A
is.
little bit, a little bit. And it's
Yeah.
been going on
Yeah.
for the last 30, 40, 50 years. Little bit,
Yeah.
little bite, just a teeny little bit here, so that people gave up their power of discernment. They gave up their ability to make decisions for
Well,
themselves out of
it
empathy for
started it
everyone.
started to feel warm, like it could
Yes,
be a comfortable spa.
yes,
And then it got a little warmer. Oh, that's okay. That's like a sauna.
yeah,
And now it's starting to almost boil. And it's not feeling so good.
yes, yeah. And by then it's too late. It's too late.
So
So yeah, there's I'm still quite um, I'm shocked almost in some ways when, even in light of what's going on, even in light of, let's say, some of the farmers who are crying, I'm going to lose my family farm. We've been farmers for 5 generations, and I'm going to lose the family farm. Okay, what would you like us to do? Well, save me, save me. Okay, if I save you, that's socialism. Are
yeah,
you okay with socialism? Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. I won't have any of that. Okay, then.
they these are just word games
Yeah.
for the community helping each other or the government helping the community, as whatever you want to say, convenient terms used to put a dagger in the situation, or to put a crowbar in the situation. It's all, it's not necessary if we just spoke plainly and spoke the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's also taking ownership, not only for your decisions,
Yes. Yeah.
but for where you are in life, where what your circumstance is.
Yes.
Nobody made you lazy.
Yeah.
Somebody, however, made you entitled. There's a
Yes.
big difference
There's a
between.
big difference. And entitlement is kind of an epidemic
Yes,
right about now. Um,
yes, yeah,
if we lived with in humbleness, in our humbleness, humble meaning that everything that we have when we get up in the morning and until we go to bed at night, we're thankful for and grateful for, and knowing that when you cross into your energy form, you're not taking a thing with you.
exactly.
You don't own anything. It's not coming with you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like you're just with all this, whatever surrounds you is not really real. But what is real is your feelings of love and connectedness with all those around you. That goes with you. So,
yes.
um, yeah,
And unfortunately, some people need to learn that lesson. Some people need to learn that we are stronger as a group than
yes,
we are as individuals.
yes,
Individuals can be manipulated. Um, as a group, hopefully there is um, enough communication, enough encouragement that, if someone is doing something that they shouldn't be, someone is going to, from the group, is going to step up and say, cut that out. That doesn't make any sense. What are you doing? And people are willing to listen to another point of view honestly and openly and say, oh, you know what? I didn't realize I was doing that. Okay, that stops, instead of, well, I'm doing my own thing. I have a right to do my own. I have a right to my opinion. My opinion is the only one that matters.
uh,
That's not
no,
a group mindset.
it,
That's setting yourself apart.
it
That
is.
is not, yeah. Anyway, yeah. I watched a video last night, excuse me, where it was some number of Americans traveling to different parts of the world. One of them was up here, Canada. They were, I think, no, not Banff, um, somewhere in BC. Anyway, they're walking around and they're wearing their mega hat and their mega t-shirts and almost inviting people to make comments and then being offended when they have been refused service. What? Why can't I sit here in this restaurant? Because we don't like your morals. What do you mean, my morals? Do we see who you support? Well, you can't do that. I have a right to be here. No, you don't, honey. It's my restaurant. I get to decide who comes in and who doesn't. You don't make it in. Well, that's discrimination.
It is something that is, it even happens here, that, certain people are refused service. And it is plainly stated in many restaurants where they reserve the right to serve who they wish to. And so, yes. It is society's way of speaking to the situation without, I mean, it's their way of you could say protesting the situation in a way, banning certain things, but that's
there's a reason why people are discouraged from yelling fire in a theater.
Yes.
Right? It's not, no one is trampling on your rights. It's just think of the consequences of what would happen if somebody thought it would be funny to say that.
Yes, exactly.
You got to think ahead. You got to think past the tip of your nose.
And in that fire stampede, to get out of a place for a fake fire that never was, 2 people might be trampled to death, and all this property destruction and damage and broken limbs and all these things happen, and it wasn't even real. So
exactly.
Think about that kind of thing. So, I mean, you can use that analogy for things that are going on today in terms of the drama and making it bigger than it is when it's not even a real thing, kind of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Yes, Maureen, you have free speech. However, be prepared to face the consequences.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So there you go. Well, listen, we are almost at the top of the hour. And have you got anything that you want to highlight that you've got?
Yes, actually, the Cool Chrome tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I believe you'll be on that show as well, Marina, with me. So on the Cool Chrome channel. So everyone look for that. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
What about
you?
It's
a
Marina?
Halloween do.
Oh,
so, yeah. Come be prepared for costumes.
Oh,
and, and all that good stuff.
It's a good thing you just reminded me. It's the costume one.
It's the costume one.
So, Marina, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Well, tomorrow, besides the joining the Cool Crone at 8 p.m. tomorrow night, Allie will be joining me for Story in the Cards. Looking forward to that. And at 7 p.m. tonight, Cleo is going to join me for Kitchen Table Issues.
All right.
That's when we kind of let it all hang out. And
let it hang out.
Yeah. And we can use our nasty words, and we can,
For Canadians, if there is a nasty word like, oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah. Puddle duddle. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
In the words of Pierre Elliott Trudeau, fuddle duddle. Yeah.
Yeah,
That oh
exactly.
that was
Yeah,
so good.
exactly.
So that's what we've got going on. And yeah, we'll see you guys throughout the week.
Yeah.
And next week we'll be on Val's channel.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Episode 151. Yes.
151. So be sure to join us. And don't forget, like I said, like, share, and subscribe. And after the video drops, go in, leave a comment.
Yes, please.
Okay. Because that really does help.
7 characters or emojis or more. Wait,
Yes.
that's not 7. 7.
7. Yes.
7. That's 7. That was 5. Wait.
This many. And you know what, you guys? Why don't you go in the comments and leave us some suggestions on things that you might want us to look at, some things
Yes,
that you
that
might
would be
want to
Yes.
explore. Just keep them on the more on the spiritual. You don't want to look at the political or
Yeah,
whatnot.
this,
Just
this, yeah.
yeah. And we'll be more than glad to take a look at it and read on it for you. So there. Okay. All righty. Thank you, all of you, for being here. Thank you so much, Val.
Thank you.
And you're more than welcome. And we'll see you next week. And I'll see you tomorrow. And everyone, take care. See you later. Bye for now.